Hello there, Capricorn. Thank you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast for the week of December 28th through January the 3rd. Before we get started with the forecast, I do just want to mention I do have some group mentoring sessions coming up that still have slots available in them. One of them is December the 29th, which is a Tuesday. That's at 6:15 Mountain Time. That will be 8:15 Eastern Time. If you're interested in joining that, let me know. Also, January the 4th, that's going to be at 1 o'clock Mountain Time, which will be 3 o'clock Eastern Time, and that will be 8 o'clock p.m. if you happen to be in the United Kingdom. What we also have coming up is Wednesday the 13th. This one is at 12:15 in the afternoon. So that's going to be 2:15 for you on the East Coast. For you guys in the United Kingdom, that will be at 7:15. For those of you who would like to join in on one of those group mentoring sessions, just let me know. We'll get you filled in where you need to go. If none of those dates work for you, but you still are thinking that you would like to be in a mentoring session, let me know. We'll schedule something that works for you, and then we'll open it up to whoever would like to join us. So that's done with the announcement. Let's move on to your reading, Capricorn. First of all, on Monday, what you have showing up here is you have the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is just telling me that this is the beginning of some new feelings for you. These are positive feelings. This can be very romantic, or this can actually be the beginning of a new hobby, or the beginning of a new pastime, or a new project at work that you might be excited or happy about. Ace of Cups, to me, when I see this, I think of this as like a perfect example of an Ace of Cups moment is somebody that I used to know before he passed away was really into music. And the time that he really got into music was when he saw the Beatles for the first time on the Ed Sullivan Show. And he saw all these girls in the audience going crazy for the Beatles. And he decided in that moment that music was his thing. So that's a perfect Ace of Cups moment. And he went on to make his living doing music. So yeah, so Ace of Cups is the beginning of some new love or some new passion. It doesn't have to be a person. It can be about something to do or about a hobby. Now, this can also be bringing a baby home, and I'm feeling like for some of you, this is you're meeting a baby for the first time, and you're just so enamored with this baby. Could be a grandbaby, could be your baby. Maybe you're an aunt or an uncle, but I've got strong baby vibes coming off of this card for a lot of you. Let's see, what else do we have coming up here? Yeah, I think we've hit the major ones. So some kind of new attraction, something new that's drawing you in. So some kind of new hobby or pastime, maybe a new person you're interested in, maybe a new baby that you're just totally enamored with when you first meet it. Now let me just say too, this is a general reading, so not everything is going to apply to everybody, and free will plays a part. So if you hear something here that you don't like, that's okay, because you have free will, you can change things. And then thirdly, I have a lot of people telling me that what they see during the week in these videos does usually come to pass for them, but maybe not on the same day that I predict it. So just be aware of that kind of stuff. No big deal though. It's a general reading. It's not going to fit exactly like a glove, but if you want something that fits like a glove, you would want to get a private reading, and you guys know how to do that. Now, on Tuesday, what you guys have coming up, Capricorns, is you have the King of Swords. King of Swords is someone that you're interacting with on Tuesday. This may be a boss or a supervisor. This could be somebody in your family who holds a position of authority. So maybe a father or grandfather, something like that. And the King of Swords guy is somebody who is very logical. He doesn't spend a lot of time thinking about emotions or feeling emotions. In fact, he probably suppresses his emotions more than anything else. For him to move forward with anything, it has to be logical to him. He has to understand why it will work. And I feel like he really wants to know all the answers. He may have 1,001 questions before he's going to make a decision that other people would just be driven crazy by, but to him they're important, and he's not moving forward till he gets those answers. And I feel like Capricorns, for you, this is somebody you're dealing with on Tuesday, and I feel like those questions, for a lot of you, those questions are going to be a big part of this interaction. There's something that he is really trying to do some research on before he moves forward with. For some of you, it's going to be a project that you're actually offering, or maybe a contract that you're actually offering to him. For others, he's just on a fact-finding mission for something that might affect you in the future that you may not actually know about yet. But just I feel like for so many of you, he's going to have so many questions that he's going to be kind of driving you a little bit crazy. You know, just keep in mind, this is what he needs to do to get his ducks in a row and to feel like he's okay with making some decision or other. Try to have a little bit of empathy for that and give him as accurate answers as you possibly can, because it's only going to help you to be accurate with this person. Now, let's move on to Wednesday, excuse me. Wednesday, we have the Three of Swords showing up. Capricorn, I'm so sorry. The Three of Swords is one that talks about heartache of some kind. And I feel like for some of you, this is kind of medical. If you know you have heart problems, you want to be on top of that. You don't want to be skipping your medicine. You don't want to be eating unhealthy foods. There are consequences for those kinds of things. And normally I don't get any kind of health thing off of this card. Usually I get something that's much more an emotional thing here, but I am really getting a strong sensation of health issues. So in this, I'm also hearing too that this card may not be for you, Capricorn. Like for some of you, this will be somebody in your office or somebody that you know that is dealing with heart problems on Wednesday. So just somewhere around you, I'm feeling like there's some kind of heart problems, but only for some of you. For a lot of you, this is also coming in the way it typically does, which is more of an emotional thing, where maybe a friend says something that kind of hurts your feelings, or something happens with your significant other, and you're just like, wow, I can't believe you did that. Whoa, how disrespectful. All the way up to, even if somebody like betrays you. So there's a whole range of things that can happen in emotional ways that would pull up the Three of Swords for a reading. And so I wouldn't say expect the worst thing. I would say expect something little. Maybe your friend just says something that you're just kind of like, really? That type of thing. So that's what I have coming in on Wednesday. For those of you who know you have health problems, please, please, please take care of yourself this week, because I would just be much happier if you do. Real motivation there. Somebody that you don't know that's on camera would be much happier if you take care of your heart problems. Okay, so on Thursday, Nine of Coins showing up in reverse. Nine of Coins in reverse is just telling me that there's something about your life or your lifestyle that you're thinking, you know what, I'm really not happy with this, and it's about time that it changes. I've seen this come up for somebody who is driving too far to work. They wanted a shorter commute time. I've seen this come up for people who just were unhappy with their kitchens and they wanted to update their kitchens. I've seen this come up for people who wanted to remake their body into something that was more healthy and more fit. So a lot of different ways that this can play out. But basically the bottom line here is there's something that you're dissatisfied with about your life or your lifestyle, and you're beginning to take some steps or make some plans about how to make it something that you're happier with, how to bring in something you're happier with in that situation. Now on Friday, Five of Cups in reverse. Five of Cups in reverse talks about being disappointed by something or someone and sort of switching your priorities because of that disappointment. So where maybe where that person or that project might have been the first priority whenever you came into work or whenever you got home, whatever. Now, because they disappointed you, they're not the first priority anymore, because you want to be putting your efforts and your energy into something that is not going to be so disappointing. And so whenever the Five of Cups comes in reverse, you've kind of already gone through that process. And now the Five of Cups in reverse on Friday is saying that those priorities that you switched around, now you're switching them back to the original. So whatever or whoever it was that disappointed you, somehow you have some reason to believe that that kind of disappointment is not going to happen again. And so you want to make that person or that situation, project, whatever, your priority again. So that's what I see coming in for you on Friday. And then on Saturday, we have the Hanged Man in reverse. Gotta say, to me, this guy looks like he's dancing a jig. People are throwing flowers at him. He must be doing a pretty good job of dancing. I would say celebration. Celebration is the word that I'm hearing as I look at this card for Saturday. So celebration, fun, social time. For some of you, there will be literally dancing. And I feel like for a lot of you, there will be people looking at you, people admiring you, people sending you good energy, maybe even giving you gifts. I'm not sure when Capricorn's birthdays are. Maybe this is a birthday celebration for you. Um, I don't know, but definitely you have a lot of attention at the celebration or in the celebration situation that happens for you on Saturday. Now, Sunday, Capricorn. King of Coins. This is somebody who is pretty comfortable in his finances and in his material goods. Somebody that maybe is a little bit older. He's got some more experience in life. And this is somebody who likes to be generous with what he has. He likes to share his knowledge. He likes to help other people to get further than where they are. And he likes to share some of his resources as well. And so I feel like whenever you see this King of Coins on Sunday, he's going to want to do something nice for you. So whether he's sharing knowledge with you or just taking you out to dinner or whatever it is that he's doing, I feel like he's doing it from the heart. And I feel like at the same time that he's doing it from the heart, he's also hoping that you appreciate it, that you see the value in him doing this. And yeah, he's hoping that you really appreciate it. So anyway, Capricorn, that is your week. Thank you so much for stopping by, hanging out, liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting. I appreciate all of your support so much. Those of you who are interested in a mentoring session, just drop me a line, let me know. We'll be talking to you soon then. Everybody else, have a fantastic week. I will see you back here next time. Peace out.